What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 154 of the Cheesy Controller Podcast. I'm your host, Anton LaPlatte. Joining me, as always, we have the most degenerate squid in the sea, Jalen Roberts.
It's not personal space, just stay out of my blood circle.
And we got the Ray Trace Durag Madrid Devon.
I am coolin' in Kugane.
We got a jam-packed episode for you guys this week. We're going to be talking about Final Fantasy XIV because when do we not? We're going to talk about Titanfall, we're going to talk about Ghost Runner, we're going to talk about Fortnite, and we're going to talk about Pokemon. I know you're experiencing deep, great personal pain right now because FedEx is doing the thing.
Oh, it's not pain. I'm just annoyed.
But
I'm just annoyed. I got other things to worry about, but also, like, I want my fucking Xbox. This is ridiculous.
Yeah. So for listeners, Black Friday happened 2 days after the last recording, and games were bought, things have been done. So Jalen is technically the owner of, despite not being in the possession of, an Xbox Series S. You've moved into the next generation
gets here
with us.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
How's it feel?
Fuck FedEx.
That's how it feels.
That's how it feels.
I mean, I'm not mad at, like, I always do UPS when possible, but UPS will just leave your shit, not knock or ring the doorbell or do anything. They'll just run up, put it down, run off.
Yep. And I live on the second floor. They'll do everything in their power to avoid them stairs. Like, I've seen that multiple times.
So
they'll just run up there with their "sorry we missed you." And you'll be in there waiting for them.
Don't even knock on the door. It's just
right, and I know they don't knock because my dogs would go crazy if they knocked. Last time I really had to wait on UPS, I was sitting on the porch for hours before they showed up. I'm just pondering the orb,
The orb.
this little orb is your app tracking your shipment. Yeah, I feel you.
Yep.
That was me waiting on my PlayStation. I was like, yo, I was supposed to be here 2 hours ago.
But yeah, so Jalen, you got a Series S and Guardians of the Galaxy, right? And I'm assuming some Game Pass time.
6 months.
Okay, cool. So you're going to be in there. Hopefully you get it by the time Halo drops, because you got a few more days, but like the campaign drops.
Yeah. The main games I'm looking forward to playing on this are Halo and Elden Ring.
Elden Ring's going to be super smooth.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be nice.
I almost... Like, you had me contemplating getting a Series S, but the more I thought about it, I was like, I might as well just get the X and call it a day. But I just ended up getting Guardians of the Galaxy on PS5, so I was like,
Nice. You enjoying it?
It's a lot. I wanted to have more opinions on it by this point, but like I played the first chapter.
What do you mean by that?
It's just like it is a game that wants me to not like, and I get it's chapter 1, like prologue, like getting us into the story, like.
Well, it's not just that, but it's also giving us our revamped comic book version of these characters. Like, these ain't the movie version of these characters.
Well, I actually went back on Disney Plus and I didn't know there was an animated show in like the early 2000s of the Guardians of the Galaxy. And so I watched that just to like shift Chris Pratt as Star-Lord out of my mind. I was gonna watch the
You mean Mario?
I mean Garfield.
You mean Garfield?
I mean Troy
Doing that
from the
voice
Lego
work
movie.
now.
Yeah, but I mean, he's still going to be doing live action shit. We got like a few more Guardians of the Galaxy movies already lined up, so.
Oh, joy.
I mean, I don't know when everybody turned on Chris Pratt. Maybe it was the Mario thing, but Burt Macklin, FBI.
No, it was the church thing.
What church? Do I even want to know?
No.
Can I be a casual enjoyer of Chris Pratt?
He could, but
Go for it. Honestly, who cares? Like,
I mean, I Burt Macklin, FBI, still one of the funniest like reoccurring Parks and Recs things. So, and then Lil Sebastian and Burt Macklin are probably top two Chris Pratt things, and they're both from that show. But one of the interesting things,
So you're saying he peaked?
I guess so, early on. I liked him in Guardians of the Galaxy. I had no issues with Chris Pratt as Star-Lord.
I don't know. From what I've seen of this one, I'm going to enjoy this game once I finally get my hands on it.
Yeah, and I see the potential. There is definitely, like, as somebody who played Final Fantasy 15 within the last couple of years, I definitely see the potential. But the problem is they're tutorializing everything. There's a fucking splash screen every time you use a character's, or the first time you use a character's like assist ability. There's like a whole splash screen with them in action pose, and I'm like, no.
It's doing a bit too much when I'm trying to play the game.
Yeah, that's definitely chapter 1 in a nutshell. Is like the amount of times I was trying not to like go too fast so I could experience the dialogue, but the amount of times they had like 3 minutes of dialogue and a 1 minute hallway walk, I'm like, oh, this should be wrapping up, and then somebody just starts saying something and then the cutscene kicks in. It's weird.
Yeah, I see that. Trying to make sure no one's... That's always a hard bit of design. How much tutorializing do you do in the beginning of the game?
It's not even tutorializing. It's just the amount of like... In God of War, when you were riding the boat and a story was being told, if you got out of the boat, the story would stop, but you'd get back in the boat and the story would continue. Guardians of the Galaxy is you're in the boat, you're in the ship, and the dialogue's happening, and then you land somewhere and the dialogue is gone. The rest of that dialogue is just gone forever. And I mean, it's not bad, like, it's character flavor. It's kind of like establishing this version of the Guardians of the Galaxy to me, and I'm here for it. It's just, and I'm probably tomorrow it'll get like a decent amount of playtime in the precursor to the days of Endwalker, until we gotta save the goddamn source.
The end of days.
The end of days is upon us. The stage is set.
All because some blondie wanted to get punched in the face harder.
That I kind of had to, like, in very broad terms, explain what Endwalker is to my coworker today. Someone who knows nothing about Final Fantasy. I was like, yeah, I'm going to save the universe with my friends this weekend. I'm like, and we're really only saving it from a guy I was about to kill but then got sent to another universe, and a dude that I met in that universe and then came back to my universe to team up with the guy that I... So both of these dudes are well-deserved hands being given to them. And they're going to catch these hands.
I have questions, but
nope, I'm not. I'm not taking questions at
What's
this
the
time.
question? What's the
Jail will
question? I'm
spoil the
answering
shit
questions
out
at
of your
this
game.
time.
No, I don't want to know. But I do have questions. I don't want to know.
What's the question?
He doesn't want to know. He doesn't need to know.
I'm not going to answer the question, but I want to know the question.
Exactly. I don't know what the question is, but I have them. Does that make sense?
Just know.
Unknown unknowns.
I'm a scion of the Seventh Dawn, and I'm going to have to save the source from some punk bitch in a hood and his emo friend. And that's essentially what I'm doing. And the source is our
Because his
universe.
friend with the stupid hair, with the stupid streak couldn't stop me. Tried to stop me, oh stupid streak. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it.
Were they friends?
I don't know. I don't care. Going down all the same.
I don't think that. I think they're just like they're going towards the same end, but they're not really.
They're walking.
The end must be walked to as a means. I don't fucking know. The moon, man.
I don't know. How are we supposed to walk to the moon then, man? How are we supposed to walk to the moon?
There's some shit in post-game Shadowbringers that is like, we could totally use this to get to the moon right the fuck now. But we all know that's not how they're going to do it. But they have the technology to go to the moon immediately. But apparently you take a boat. I don't know, the launch trailer...
Of course it's a boat. Of course it's a boat.
I don't know 100%, but the launch trailer was like... What? Why is he getting on a boat? Like, what? There are a lot of questions that the launch trailer ignited in people with manga knowledge, aka beating post-game Shadowbringers.
And actually paying attention to the plot.
I mean, I'd say I paid about a strong 80% attention. And then the rest, I filled in the gaps between YouTube and Juwan just being a lore monster.
Gotta learn that lore. Gotta know what's going on. Gotta understand what you're fighting for.
I mean, I knew what I was fighting. I knew what I was fighting for in Shadowbringers 100%. I didn't read One Piece, so I wasn't with the Wano in Stormblood, because apparently everybody who plays Stormblood and reads One Piece is just Wano.
I mean, it kind of was. It kind of was.
Apparently it is.
Got to get that revolution.
In a lot more ways than even me. As once again, I am a casual One Piece enjoyer. I'll read about a volume a year.
It is a 1-to-1 Wano in Stormblood. And I'm not even fully in it yet. I just hit Kugane.
Yep. You were stuck in cutscenes. Bro, we're all standing there doing like stupid shit, and I'm thinking you're just standing there like waiting for us. And then every time I'd look over and see the cutscene icon.
Yeah.
I forgot how many because I guess they do kind of give you cutscenes to show you around Kugane.
I didn't even hit that yet. Yeah, I just started talking to that dude Hancock.
Oh wait,
he's employed by
is he in the blue kimono?
Mayhap.
What, glasses?
He has the Morpheus. He has the Morpheus.
Yeah, glasses.
You know?
Blonde hair, blue kimono,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah.
With the round glasses, always acting like he's one step ahead of everybody.
Which, dude, I'm the Warrior of Light still at this point. I don't even know. I think we're just the hero at this point. Going into Endwalker,
No.
I'm
You're
pretty...
the Warrior of Light when you're in the Source, and you're the Warrior of Darkness when you're in the First. That's how that works. It's location-based.
Okay, you know, I'm not gonna even fall down this rabbit hole, because every time something like that is said about this game, my mind just kind of goes into like, I connect.
You got to check the archives.
Yeah, I gotta really go through. Every time we do a dungeon, I'm like, okay, where were we at? How much did we know?
Who did we kill?
Not enough people. Apparently, a punk bitch in a
We didn't
hood
kill who mattered.
and his emo friend were the. You know what? I'm not even gonna, because you've met Redacted at this point, so.
Well, that's the thing about it. We've all seen. That's the thing about it is we've all seen the last hooded figure. We've all seen him already. We've all seen him. You see him at the end of A Realm Reborn. Like, I'm honestly surprised we still haven't put him in the dirt.
Is he the one with the white hood?
Yeah.
Wait.
No.
Yeah.
He's in Realm Reborn.
Yes, that's same.
He's in post game.
I'm going to say some words. I apologize to anybody catching up. Major Final Fantasy spoilers. So Fandaniel is Elizabeth?
Okay, we're not talking about the same people. Or maybe. I don't know. I'll have to. I'll let
Right.
you know
See,
when
this is what happens anytime I have a conversation with somebody about Final Fantasy 14. It's like they'll say something,
But then also,
and I just gotta like there's this giant Rolodex in my brain of just Final Fantasy 14 knowledge at this point, and I'm like, fuck.
but then also some of it is the fact that like we don't ever half the characters we don't call them by their names. Like that's another reason why things are confusing.
Right, and everybody has a title and a name and like a position in the story, and
Right,
those things
you
are
have
all.
position, a name affectionate, and a name derogatory.
Full of katanas.
Right, a derogatory name. That is a real great way of you gotta have a derogatory name for everybody.
Some characters just get a derogatory name.
Yeah, the nigga with the golf bag just full of fucking katanas.
Xenos.
Need
Right.
to put him. Yeah, I need to put him in the dirt. I know his name. Fucking cuck.
But I don't respect
He's
him
going
enough to
down.
remember it.
He's going down for what he did.
I can't. We got to get off Final Fantasy 14. 6.0 is so close. By the time you guys are hearing this, it'll either be out or about to be out, depending on timelines. But what I wanted to talk to you about, well, both of you, I guess, is the Xbox Series S was the best-selling console on Black Friday.
I'm not surprised. That makes sense. That's the only one who
I'll give
could
you
be the
two-
most
I'll give you two reasons why.
availability and price.
There they are.
That's it. And then also then combine it with the fact that a lot of places were having. The reason why I went to GameStop to buy my Xbox is if you bought an Xbox, you got 3 months of Game Pass for $10.
Yeah, I was on
So
the
it's
GameStop
like-
app pondering. Definitely, I was like, I could, but I shouldn't. And so I didn't. It was a lot
Good.
cheaper to just get Guardians of the Galaxy on PS5.
It's cheaper to keep her, you know?
And it's not like you already have a next gen console. Like, but yeah, the Xbox Series S would have been the most selling because that was the only one that was available.
Even the Switch was having problems because I know I was seeing a bunch of Switch bundles.
Well, I forget about the Switch because the Switch is almost always available.
But that's the thing. The Series
weird.
S, it's not. Though it is, but it ain't.
Well, let me rephrase. In comparison,
To the
in
PS5.
comparison.
The PS5
to the
outsold
next
the
gen
Switch a couple months ago.
The height of the pandemic, like last year, Switches were tough to get. Tough.
Everything.
Right, everyone was trying to get a Switch for Animal Crossing.
PS4 Pros are reselling for more than PS5 digital editions right now. That's how fucked the market is. I was like,
Them
maybe.
resellers are a problem. They are really a problem.
Well, I'm talking about like secondhand market selling, not even like flipping and scalping. I'm talking about the
I
secondhand
know, but
market.
they also jack up the price of the. But they also are what causes those prices to be high on the resale.
It's the demand. I'm talking about even. I was thinking, I have an Xbox One S. How much would it be for me to get an Xbox One X that's capable of 4K, can run these games significantly better than my One S, is in theory should be cheaper than the Series S or X because of the age of the hardware at this point. But it's more expensive to get a Xbox One X on the secondhand market right now than it is to get a Series S from the store.
That's ridiculous.
It's just because of the demand of gaming. Like, so many people realized during the pandemic, it's like gaming is a perfect hobby.
You could be a gamer. It is.
Gaming is the perfect pastime,
It's escapism. It's wonderful storytelling.
It can be so many things.
You can scratch that competitive itch.
Right.
You can learn things. You can have bonding time with your friends.
You can do all those things at once.
With Final Fantasy 14.
I mean, there are other video games out there, like Guardians of the
That do all of those things at once.
Destiny was a game.
Exactly.
That would happen in Destiny.
Yeah, but you couldn't have a house in Destiny. Or an apartment.
I wasn't really escaping with Destiny, Like, 14 whisked me away to a fantasy world.
Yeah. When I legitimately had to just talk in the second person about my character today, I'm like, my character is just me. But my character is also not at all me. So. But I can't refer to her in third person because I am her and she is I.
You just gotta be like Reddit.
So she is your persona, is
I'm
what you're saying.
I'm a nigga, by the way.
Yeah, my Final Fantasy 14 character is my persona. My fursona, I guess. Yeah, I mean,
It leans too far on the human scale for that.
Okay, that's fine. Then it's just a persona.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to transition to any of these fucking stories from that. But the PlayStation Plus games for December 2021, I guess I gotta notate that. The PlayStation Plus games have been officially announced. I think last week we talked about it in the Discord that the December games had leaked. It was Godfall, DC Supervillain, Lego DC Supervillains, and Mortal Shell. And so those were going to be our 3 games. And apparently the 3 VR games that we got last month are still valid. So if you haven't claimed those, go ahead and claim those. They'll just be in your library in case you get you happen upon a VR, and want to play some quality games.
Or the PlayStation 5 VR comes out, i.e. once the install base is solid enough.
So right now, it's selling faster than the PS4 sold in the exact same.
But it's still that availability problem. Like, that's the thing about it, though. It's like, while it still sold very well, it didn't sell very well.
It sold
like the people
more
who would
individual
spend the money,
units than the PS4 in the same time frame. So we're a year.
I get that, but then also, but I feel like I don't feel like the people who have it currently are the people who would also buy a PSVR for it.
I mean,
I don't think that install base is there.
I think those are the people who would buy it.
Yeah,
Because
honestly, if you
got a PS5, you had to do some shit to get it.
Everybody I know who has gotten a
That could be a point.
PSVR has a PS5 and is ready for PlayStation VR 2.
Yeah, but Anton, you have to remember is you're in a very...
Are they ready for it or are they open for it?
No, I'm ready for
You're in a
PSVR
slight
2.
echo chamber when it comes to tech like that. Like we're a gaming podcast, and a lot of the people we interact with are that. So we're slightly in an echo chamber for that.
And you're 100% right. But even the people within the echo chamber in the tech gaming space, there are two types of people. People who are down for VR, because that's the thing. The PlayStation VR 1 was considered a success despite it only selling like 2 million units. In comparison to the 100 million PS4s out there. Look, it's not a core pillar to them. It's something that they just need to sell to the people who are interested, and it will sell more than enough for them to make back what they need to make back on it, like to honestly turn a profit on it. Because PlayStation VR 1, the fact that it's still being supported here, you could remote play your PlayStation 4 onto your Vita, but if you plug your Vita into your PlayStation 4, the PS4 would be like, I don't want any parts of this. The fact that I got a free adapter from PlayStation for my PlayStation camera to use my PSVR on my PS5, which is... I think I
see what you're saying.
I think you think Sony is expecting to sell more than No,
I'm thinking more of like the install base for software motivation. I'm more thinking of like what's going to motivate the third party software developers to develop.
There is
for that install base.
The PSVR, out of all of the individual VR headsets out there, is the one with the largest install base. Period. At one point, PlayStation VR had outsold the Oculus Rift, like the retail version, and the HTC Vive, before it was the Valve Index. Like, both of their entire install bases combined, because this is extremely niche. We're like in a niche within a niche within a niche at this point. We're like all the way incepted into...
How many PS5s have been shipped?
What they just hit something stupid. Like, they just, I can't type and deal with the Amber Alert. Like, I'm recording a podcast phone.
They keep pushing them through. It's like,
this is the second Amber Alert in the last hour.
Okay, so 10 million. They just hit 10 million.
They're about to outpace the Wii U, and it's been a year.
But I would like to add something to this, though. I would like to add something to this. As of 2 weeks ago, the Quest 2 surpassed 10 million. Now, I know it's speed. I know the PS5 still got speed. But there is that install base.
Yeah, and I mean the Quest 2. So here's what I'm saying. Is the Quest 2 right now is... everybody who's interested in VR, this is like the promise. This is as close as we're getting to our AR VR glasses within the next 5 years that we're going to get. It's completely wireless, completely independent of external hardware, has its own library, it has its own connectivity, is... like, it ameliorates most people's top 5 problems with VR. It's too expensive. The Quest 2 is what, 300? As low as 200?
200.
Okay.
200.
So it deals with the price factor. Oh, my computer can't run it. I don't have a PlayStation 4. I don't want to put my phone in a fucking face-mounted shitty VR headset. You don't need to do any of that shit to use the Quest. Oh, I'm tethered in place. Like, I feel like I don't have a big enough... Well, I'll separate cables and tethering from not having the space. Just physically not having the space to be flailing around. Like, you can put on a fucking Quest and go outside. Or preferably not in that order. Go outside, then put on a Quest 2 and play Beat Saber, you know? So I feel like all of the major shortcomings of VR, the Quest 2 deals with. And I know the PSVR 2 is going to just be one cable and it's not going to be the breakout box and all of that stuff. And it seems like it's going to be more lightweight and the controllers aren't going to be fucking PlayStation Move controllers that I've had since goddamn the 10th grade. One of my PSVR controllers I've had since the 10th grade. And the tracking was bad back then, and it's even worse now.
How does it get worse?
Because it's noticeable on one level when you're playing a game on a screen in front of you. You can tell on a totally another level when you're in the video game.
Okay. That makes sense.
How did we get here? PlayStation Plus. The December games have been revealed. We have Godfall, the Challenger Edition, so all the games leaked. It was Lego DC Supervillains, it was Godfall, and it was
Mortal Shell.
Which I'm confused because Mortal Shell has a free PS5 upgrade already established. So it's not even like 7 Remake, where 7 Remake didn't have the PS5 version, and they gave it to us, and they're like, no free upgrade. Like, yes, Madrid, that sucks, because 7 Remake looks...
At least let me... Can you... I don't even think you can pay for this shit. Like, you would have to buy, like, 7. You would just have to rebuy the game.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
I knew they were gonna do that bullshit too. I knew it was gonna be ass, and that's why I was preemptively mad about it. But whatever. Mortal Shell.
Mortal Shell.
I want the PS5 version.
So it has a...
Please scratch the Elden Ring itch for me.
It won't scratch the Elden Ring itch.
I mean, I haven't played Elden Ring. So
it won't scratch it won't scratch this FromSoft itch. Just go ahead and download Sekiro.
No, if you like that slower, heavier gameplay that comes with the older FromSoft games, specifically the Souls ones, you would have a good time with Mortal Shell. But if you like that faster, sprintier, as modern FromSoft that you get from like Sekiro and Bloodborne, then wait for Elden Ring.
He has a PS5, Demon Souls. It's right fucking there. It's the older, heavier.
But also,
Demon Souls.
Yeah, you still have to buy.
Demon Souls is, I don't know.
But is it free?
It's not free.
It was on sale, but I had options before that. Right. You know what I'm saying? I got Ratchet and Clank.
Okay, that was your Black Friday game? What were your Black Friday games?
Ratchet and Clank, Hades, and Doom Eternal, just so I can get a little...
Chainsaw in the blood punch in the shotgun, machine gun, shotgun, sword, blood punch. Ah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that game is just DDR, just blood covered DDR.
I get it now. It's 14 because you have a rotation.
Did you upgrade Knockout City? Because that's the other thing. I feel like a bunch of people with PS5s.
That new season of Knockout City is around the corner too.
I need Fall Guys to drop a PS5 native version because they just added the Ghost and like Samurai outfits from Ghost of Tsushima. So first of all, apparently Mediatonic announced that it's coming to Switch and Xbox, but never put a date on it, and apparently that date's far away. And the other thing about that, they keep doing these collaborations with PlayStation because technically right now it's just on PlayStation and PC. And Epic and like PlayStation put money into Epic and is getting the rewards like crazy. Like, we get PlayStation Plus packs in Fortnite all the time. We get PlayStation Plus packs in Rocket League all the time. Then on top of that, the Kid Amnesia thing. There are so many things that are Epic related that are just on PC and PlayStation. And, you know, I'm not complaining because they're coming to PlayStation. I'm surprised we haven't been getting, because I know Ratchet and Clank crossed over with Fall Guys. Sackboy: A Big Adventure crossed over with Fall Guys.
Nier Automata, which we all know was the PlayStation PC exclusive, and the PlayStation version was the best version at the time. I feel like it might have gotten... I think the best way to play it right now is the Series X. But, you know, the Become as Gods edition.
Technically.
It's all good.
So what you're saying is we need a PlayStation 5 version of Nier Automata?
No. Honestly, I think Yoko Taro, like, we need the next game in the Nier franchise to be a PS5 thing. I need all the resources, all the energy, all the technology, all the man hours going towards whatever's next. Because Yoko Taro's already, and I mean, you know, Yoko Taro's all over the place, but the Voice of Cards, Isle Dragon Roars, and then the Square Enix Platinum collaboration, like, we're going to get Babylon's Fall soon enough. And so all the pieces will be free enough to reconverge to make another game of that quality happen, and I'm willing to... put all your...
I don't know. I think Babylon's Fall is going to be slick like a games as a service.
We'll see how long that lasts. We'll see. It's not out yet. And from... it was like a closed alpha. The impressions that I got from that closed alpha are that it's not the hottest game in the oven right now.
I did see one person reviewing it, and they mostly played like those, you know, like those live service games, those looter, shooter, grinder, those types of games. So he was like, "Yeah, this is just another game like that," and honestly, that's fine. I'm like, alright, cool. He said the combat was good.
Yeah, and I mean, it's Platinum working with Square. Like, there are things to like about it. It's just, at the same time, this is the next games as a service from Square, which their last games as a service was Avengers. And we see how that's going. Spider-Man's out on PlayStation, everybody. If you give it half a flying fuck, you can play as Spider-Man in Marvel's Avengers. And as somebody who owns that game... and could play it on my PS5 and probably have the hour to 2 hours that I played of it on PS5, it wasn't terrible. It was decent. I played as Kamala. Got past the point where she got her powers, you know?
Oh, I thought you were talking about Harris.
No, Khan. Yeah, played as Kamala Harris before she got her powers.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm one of those people who's slightly annoyed that they're revamping her powers for the TV show.
What the fuck?
They're revamping her powers. Yeah.
Okay, so is she getting her own show before the Marvels?
No, that is the show.
I thought that was that wasn't a movie.
No.
Oh, okay. You know, they keep making me facepalm and then make me eat my words by the time the thing comes out. So, you know, fine. Do what you're doing. By the time it gets to me, it'll probably be okay. Because if you told me...
I just don't like the fact that they're revamping her powers to make her into a mini Carol.
Yeah, because
but it's also part of it is, but also another thing about it though is like a good chunk of her character and lore is about being an inhuman, and Marvel, when it comes to the shows and movies, could not get them off the ground.
MCU.
So
Yeah.
They're like, let's pretend that the Inhumans don't exist for the most part.
That makes sense.
I don't know. They've been doing a good
She-Hulk
job.
looks good.
Yeah.
She-Hulk
A
looks
lot
good.
of the
She-Hulk's
stuff in the
gonna be
upcoming slate, Thor: Love and Thunder, I'm still fucking stoked for. The Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special, that's I don't even, because last time we saw the Guardians of the Galaxy, Thor was with them in the MCU. So, and we know we're getting female Thor. What is she refer?
Jane Foster. I really wish they were doing like the actual Jason Aaron's run, where all that happened in the comics as a movie, because that entire line was so good.
Love and Thunder. That's the next Thor
No, they're
movie.
not going to dog. They are not going to handle a fifth, if not any of what I'm talking about in Love and Thunder. I'm willing to bet money. Outside of Jane Foster Thor, they're not doing anything out of the Jason Aaron's run. I don't believe it. I hope I eat my words and they just do that run, but I don't see them doing it.
What the fuck? I just clicked on a story about
What?
the PlayStation Plus offering for December, and it looks like they added Judgment, the PS4 version of Judgment, to the lineup. So we're getting 4 fat console games on PlayStation Plus in December.
Nice.
Judgment never had a free PlayStation upgrade. They did the thing of like, buy it, full price. We don't give a fuck. You could have bought the deluxe edition digitally on PS4. We don't care. Pay us money, full price for the PS5 version. But you know, I'll always take another Yakuza-like game from the developer of Yakuza to add to my library, because if I'm going to play anything in that vein, I'm going to go play more Like a Dragon, because Ichiban
Because they're up here like
is the GOAT.
they're up here like fuck. We're probably not gonna make another one of these shits. We might as well fast it out. Yeah, no, they're on the fence about it, and they're probably just not gonna do it.
The thing is, they probably have the money to at this point to deal with the problems that they're facing with the Japanese actors talent agency. Because, and I mean, it's not like it's a Western company trying to work with a Japanese talent agency. It's a Japanese company working with a Japanese talent agency. I think they could get something worked out. And I mean, the problem that they were having is with the PC versions. Like, it seems like specifically on PC is the issue, but this game, like the Yakuza series, was exclusive to PlayStation for a long time. You couldn't even play it on PC until very recently, in the grand scheme of the Yakuza series.
You think they're gonna say fuck it? Be like, yo, PlayStation and Xbox only.
I could totally see them doing that. Because, yeah, they have been really close with Xbox. I guess just with Like a Dragon. Because everything else happened, like,
Around the same time.
yeah, like, as part of the
It's like, yo,
promotional
we got this new
cycle.
one coming, and guess what?
You get the old one!
Here's the rest of them.
It's like people on Xbox.
That's
They were.
pretty tight, though.
It might have been. Some of them might have really been after, because it was like Kingdom Hearts 3. You could only play Kingdom Hearts 3 on Xbox consoles until after Kingdom Hearts
Heck,
3.
the same thing happened when Mass Effect 2 hit Mass Effect 2 hit
PlayStation.
PS3.
Yeah. We didn't get
Yeah.
Mass Effect 1 on PlayStation until after Mass Effect 3.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, 13.2's on Game Pass now.
Yeah, I did see that earlier. But it's on console and PC Game Pass, and I own it on Steam and Xbox 360 backwards compatibility. And I got a disc copy on PS3 back there, so I just feel the need, a mighty need to beat Final Fantasy 13, like the base version, before I even attempt 13.2. Like, I played the 13.2 demo back in the day, and I remember liking it. And just judging by reviews of the series, it seems out of those three, 13.2 is the best one.
13.2 is definitely the best one.
But yeah.
Well, gameplay wise, yeah. I think story wise, 13 is the best one.
Yeah. Even though the Lycian fallacy, still, to this fucking day, the fact that that knowledge is ingrained into my memory, what a Lyci and a fallacy are because of Final Fantasy 13? Because I thought, Versus 13, Agito 13, having this fucking obscure-ass knowledge would pay off one day. Turns out, it didn't.
Nope, not at all.
It's just embedded into my brain and useless. Completely useless knowledge.
Yep.
But speaking of completely useless...
We're heading towards the end of the year. Time for us to start thinking about what our game of the years are going to start being.
I feel like I haven't played enough games this year to choose a game of the year. And I guess I'd say my early pick would be Miles Morales, because that's the game I beat this year. I feel like as a entire my game of the year is Endwalker, okay? I'm going to pull a Chris and do that, but
because of the delay, Endwalker will not be in my contention because of the delay. Because I cut mine off at December. Because I don't feel like I have enough time to actually review the game properly before we do our podcast episode. So I always do my cutoff at December.
I don't have a cutoff.
Yeah, my cutoff is December 31st, 2021. And honestly, it's not a release cutoff. It's when I play that shit cutoff.
Oh, yeah. No, well, yeah, I can only review games I've played, but it's one of those, like, I don't do new releases that come out after December.
I'm going to play the amount of Endwalker that's going to get played from the time Endwalker comes out to the time we do Game of the Year. The amount of time I've put into Final Fantasy 14 this calendar year specifically. Because I had
when did you make your 14 run? Was that this year?
Yeah, February.
Or was that last year?
That was
Final Fantasy February. I got
You did it.
I did do it. That was one of my New Year's resolutions.
I think I was just depressed.
I felt real accomplished the other day when I was like, yeah, one of my gaming New Year's resolutions for this year was get into Final Fantasy 14 in Final Fantasy February. And it fucking happened. And the train's still going strong. Until it gets suplexed. Well, there's nothing on the horizon that's going to suplex that train. Maybe Elden Ring, but I'm not there yet with that.
Elden Ring doesn't come out till February. Oh, you mean if you were to push it into next year?
No, I'm saying in the near future, nothing looks like it's gonna fucking suplex the Final Fantasy 14 train. For me personally.
So essentially, I kind of just have. I'm probably gonna have to boot up my PS4 also just to knock out some of those games I already started. Cause I had Kenna on the docket. I can knock that one out pretty soon. Ratchet and Clank, I definitely want to try and get some more of that one in just so I can get a good opinion on it. Because right now I think it's pretty dope.
Rift Apart, or are you going back to 2016?
Rift Apart. I should finish 2016 because I'm practically done.
Yeah, you listened to our advice of uploading all your saves to the cloud, right? Yeah, that game was free on PlayStation Plus, so just go ahead, download it. It'll have the 60 FPS patch.
I got it.
Oh, okay.
Is there?
I don't know what's on your system.
I ain't system watching.
Right, I no longer have the power to just forcibly make you have a game.
Also, SMT5. That's gonna be incredibly high on my list.
Oh, yeah. Pokemon came out since we last recorded.
Yes, Pokemon did come out.
I'm just gonna write Pokemon. So, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl are out. I forgot that Gen 4, how good Gen 4 was. Like, Gen 4 is, I don't even know.
Gen 4 is the Gen 2 of Gen 1 for Gen 3.
No. Because I still prefer Gen 3 over Gen 4. I prefer
Gen 4 is
3,
Gen
2,
2.
1, 4. See, here's the problem is I just don't like 5 and 6 to the point that I feel like 4 being above Gens 5 and 6 isn't a compliment enough that it's behind Gen 1 in my ranking. So it's number 1, Gen 3. Number 2, Gen 2. Number 3, Gen 1. Number 4, Gen 4. And then, I guess, Gen 8, then 7. Well, 7 and 8 is kind of a toss-up. Then Gen 6, then Gen 5. Gen 5 is at the very bottom. I don't give a fuck. Come at me, haters. But yeah, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl are out. They are very faithful-ass remakes to Diamond and Pearl. There are no of the Platinum Editions in the game, so don't expect Distortion World, but expect everything. Contests are better. The Grand Underground is better than the Underground.
Why did they never do anything with like the third editions of these games, or like the?
I don't fucking know, because they hate us. That's why.
Bonus
because
version.
Fuck you. That's.
Or are they just doing a long game where they're going to remake those versions later?
Because that's what they did with Yellow version. Yellow version was just a really long game to get to Let's Go Pikachu. That's how long it takes for you to get a fucking remake of a third game in the fucking trilogy. Is the difference between Yellow version and Let's Go Pikachu. That's how long you gotta wait.
I mean, let's put it this way. Crystal didn't get a remake. Emerald didn't get a remake. Platinum ain't getting a remake.
No, we're gonna get a Crystal remake. Maybe.
Let's go do Crystal meth.
Pokemon Let's Go Do Crystal Meth. That's my favorite game in the franchise.
Got them stones.
It's just an incredibly high Suicune on the cover.
I don't even know, because I don't know what somebody on meth looks like, so I couldn't even like imitate what I think that would look like.
Just no teeth.
Just no teeth. So, but do you
Makes
see?
your teeth
I guess
fall out.
Suicune does have
Up for days.
teeth. Do legendary Pokemon sleep? Don't they like govern fucking aspects of the universe? Can we let them?
Then how the fuck can we catch them in a Pokeball then? You know?
Because I'm the greatest.
You really gotta wonder.
They may be God, but they still want snacks and cuddles. That's just the truth of that matter.
Even though I dropped the joke, I'm the very best like no one ever was. That's why I can catch legendaries in a Pokeball. Premier Ball. Because I'm bougie.
I'm just saying, you ever seen a legendary after it got some snacks? I'm just saying. Look how happy that motherfucker looks.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody
Once
just wants
you
some
can feed
snacks.
them and pet them, they always cheer up. But yeah, I'd say I think Chris got it, but Chris hasn't really had much time to play it. And I know neither of you got it. I feel like SMT was the better buy for you guys as like your fall JRPG, and Brilliant Diamond was a better buy for me as my fall JRPG. And I mean, that's just how it is. Because I know even if I were to have both games, the enjoyment I've gotten out of Brilliant Diamond while trying to try out Guardians of the Galaxy, while finishing up last minute Shadowbringers things before Endwalker drops, while working constantly, you know? With all those things, I had a considerable amount of fun with what I've played of Brilliant Diamond. And so I'm about to get my third gym badge, for anybody wondering where I am. I haven't even gotten started with some of the other things, but yeah. About to get my third gym badge. There, I did like one contest. Went into the underground, did one battle, realized the Pokemon was stronger than my team. Got the hell out. I'll be back down there to grind soon. Don't worry.
Now, sometimes I'll be forcing it just so I can get that level.
I don't know. I feel like my team, maybe it's just because Infernape is broken. Infernape was broken back in the day in Diamond and Pearl, and Infernape is still broken today in Diamond and Pearl. Because the first gym is rock, and you get a fighting move before you fight that gym, and the second gym is grass, and you're a fire type. And then...
Yeah, wait, which game had the gym that was the first, who had the first gym that was automatically going to give you type disadvantage?
I mean...
All of them?
Yeah. The only thing is...
there was a specific one. I think it was black and white. I think.
Oh.
Where it's like literally you would walk in and be like, you have a fire type starter. You're going to have to fight our water gym leader for this one. It
Gen
was the
5
one
is literally
with
my
the
least
tricolored
favorite.
monkeys.
Yeah, that's Gen 5. Pansear, Pansage, Pansoak, and...
Yeah.
Yeah. Least favorite generation. I couldn't tell you shit that happened in those games. N was there, N School. Gestalt. There was a black and white too, for whatever the fuck reason. That are the Pokemon games that even if I had copies of, I wouldn't play. Like, I'd play Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon before I'd play Black and White 2. Because fuck Gen 5. I know these kids out here don't know any better. They're like, their minds are being blown by the Diamond and Pearl remakes because their first real game was Gen 5. And I'm sorry, but you have a Gen 3 remake out. I guess technically before you were of age to get into Pokemon, which is extremely young. Heart Gold and Soul Silver were already out by that point, so I don't know. I'm enjoying what I've played. I need to play more. Time. It's really hard. And it's really hard to play shit on Switch because even though I use my Switch handheld, like that's the power of JRPGs on the Switch for me, is they'll make me take my Switch out the dock and just play handheld. That and Tetris. Because I beat the entirety of Tetris Effect Connected on Switch this week.
Yeah, I feel that.
Wait, that's on Switch?
Yeah, it came out on Switch right before the OLED model dropped. And so it looks really good on the OLED model, but that's just a game that I will consistently stand by, and every time I get a chance to play through the entirety of it, I will. And I did. So I beat it on PS4, beat it on Xbox, beat it on Epic Game Store, and beat it on Switch. The only versions in existence that I haven't played the entirety of the campaign, of the journey mode, I know you technically can't beat an endless marathon run. Like, I know somebody's going to come at me with that technicality, but the journey mode campaign...
How was that attitude?
I mean, I'm not going to be the one to try. I'll let somebody out there try and beat the endless Tetris marathon mode. But yeah, the only versions that are out that I haven't beat are the Oculus version, because I only have a Rift S that I've legitimately never hooked up, and the Steam version because I got it for free on Epic Game Store. So why would I buy it on Steam? Let's just have two different ways to launch the same game running on the same hardware.
Yeah, and that's an inevitability you end up having to deal with anyway. Like, you just end up with games with the same game on different hardware.
Well, no, different hardware is one thing. I'm perfectly fine playing Tetris Effect Connected on whatever hardware they'll give it to me on. Like, that's not, like, if I were to get a Steam Deck, yes, I'd replay Tetris Effect Connected on Steam on a Steam Deck. Like, that's a different... Everywhere that I've played Tetris Effect Connected, I've had a slightly different experience because of the controller, because of the system, because of the whatever. But if I were to get Tetris Effect Connected on Steam, it's running on the exact same hardware that my Epic Game Store version is running on. Because it's the same... I only have one computer.
Yeah.
All right, so a couple...
Was it still the same game?
Yeah, it's still the same game. Well, I mean, Connected was kind of a shift, but I only do Connected stuff on PlayStation because PlayStation is my primary thing, and they have cross-play but not cross-save. But that's fine because I'm just going to play on PlayStation. No part of me has played it anywhere else and been like, yeah, I really got to play the multiplayer of Tetris Effect on this over PlayStation. So yeah, a couple more things I wanted to talk about before we wrap for the week, because I know you guys are going to miss us until we come back. Titanfall 1 has gone off sale. By the time I'm saying this out loud, I was at work and they're just like, cut the cord. Can't buy it anymore. I think I have a disc copy of Titanfall 1 though, so I think I'm good as far as like on Xbox. But they're taking it off of sale, digital or official physical. It's just out the window, and they're taking it off of EA Play and Origin and like whatever subscription services is on early next year. So I don't know, fucking go on eBay and buy a used copy of Titanfall 1 if you really want to play it, but it's plagued with hackers and is a complete shit show. Like, I have fond memories of Titanfall 1. I played it on Xbox 360 after I got a PS4, but wasn't going to get an Xbox One, and you know, Titanfall 1's great. But I was going to get it on PC because I have Titanfall 2 on PC, but legitimately the entire Steam comments about the game are like, unless you're a hacker, don't buy or play this game because it's online only. All the stories told through online matches, but some of the things you need to win online matches, and if you're not hacking, you can't win.
What's the point of even playing it if you're just hacking?
Well, it used
don't
to be
ask
fun.
me. I don't fucking... I'm not a hacker in Titanfall. Couldn't tell you.
I don't know. It's sad to see, but you know.
And they said Titanfall is part of the DNA of Respawn because it was the first game they put out, and that Titanfall will continue in the future. And Apex Legends is still going, and that is a Titanfall game. Like it or not. Which I do.
Oh, I like it.
I deeply enjoy. Ghost Runner is getting DLC called Project Hell, is coming next year. Probably going to get delayed because Ghost Runner just takes a really long time to do stuff. But it's a great game, and if it's getting more content, because everything so far has been like cosmetics, or they did like arcade mode where it's just like the story where you can play it level by level and like do stuff like that with it. But to have actual considerable more, like, I totally expect this to be paid, and I'd be willing to pay for it, even though I haven't beat base Ghost Runner because fuck those shield guys.
Gotta get that grappling. Don't you grappling hook them?
You have to grappling hook behind them, but like the thing is, my problem with them is when I'm grappling, I'm trying to build momentum and build speed, but what they want you to do is grapple to get behind them and then slow everything down before they can turn to block you, and just the encounter that I'm stuck on with them. I know what it wants me to do. My brain just can't process to do it correctly.
Yeah. Also, the thing about, and this was something because I was trying out Ghost Runner on Game Pass the other day, and I was like, this game, I wish I could slow this game down. And
I like the frenetic, like real.
No, I like the frenetic. No, I mean like, I don't mean slow the game down as make the gameplay. So I mean like literally just make everything in the game just run just a little bit slower, because I feel like it's outrunning my brain sometimes.
Yeah, that's what the shield, any encounter, because I'm not even on the last time I got stuck was the first encounter with the shield guys that like turn, but I got a couple more encounters further, and I'm just at a point that, yeah, looking at the level, looking at what I got to do, super clear. Execution completely falls apart.
Yeah, just want to slow that down, make it just like,
Run
because
at
it's just like
the-
I can't see. Sometimes it's just like I literally physically cannot see what is on my screen. I am going so fast.
Well, yeah, and I mean, you kind of get into a flow state with that. And that's when I really enjoy that game, is when I go into a flow state of it's moving fast and my brain is processing at the speed the game is going. It's just when they start to, and I mean, up until the shield dudes, I felt like every mechanic was a mechanic I could get into, lose to a couple times, wrap my head around, and then once I had my head wrapped around it, use my knowledge of it to keep going. I know, and I wrap my head around what the shield guys want me to do. It's just the plausibility of the execution of what they want. I don't think they're going to get. And I might be dangerously close to beating that game. That's the sad part. There might be like one more mechanic to be introduced, and then that'll just be it.
No, but then it's going to be, I watched the speed run of that game, like, though that last level is stupid.
Right.
It's objectively
I watched the speed run of that game. Yeah. It looks fun. It looks fun to me, man.
Heck, I'm not saying it's not fun. It still looks stupid. Because at one point it just looked like a bunch of whirling neon colored lights. I couldn't identify anything that was going on that screen.
Cool.
I ain't mad at it though. It was cool.
All right. Fortnite they're having an event coming up called The End, and it's the end of Chapter 2. We're going into Chapter 3. It's going to be all new map again. Hopefully they strip down to the bare basics again so I could hop in and play as Naruto and actually enjoy that game, because I hopped in as Naruto during the current season, and Fortnite got to the point of it's way too fucking much going on in this game right now. Take it back to just me in a straightforward battle royale. I don't want no NPCs. I don't want no fucking mechs. I don't want any of that shit. We're like, why do we keep getting mechs? Like, every time you get to mechs, you have to restart the fucking game. Stop getting there. But yeah, Chapter 3 is coming. I'm going to hop in.
How else are they going to reset it?
The mechs have nothing to do with it, except for the fact that
it doesn't matter.
Like, lore-wise, the mechs have
ushered in change. Gurren Lagann, mechs ushered in change.
Believe in the you that I believe in.
The mechs ushered in change. Attack on Titan.
The flesh mechs.
The mechs ushered in change.
Evangelion. Gundam.
Oh,
Evangelion's also flesh mechs.
We're like a month out from the final season.
Womb mech.
I don't know. They're just wearing armor.
No, I know what I said. I know what I said. Womb mech. I know what it is.
I'm not saying there's no womb. I'm not saying there's no womb in that flesh.
As somebody who's not super versed in One Piece or Evangelion, I understand that the mech might be a womb.
There are mechs in One Piece.
Yes.
There are mechs in Final Fantasy 14, and that's how we'd get to the moon right the fuck now if we had to. No, not... You don't even know. We have, like, Gundams.
Of course. I mean, it's 14. I expect no less.
And yeah,
Oh, I do have one more thing.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's about it for what I have in notes. Like, Titanfall, Final Fantasy 14, PlayStation Plus, Ghost Runner, Fortnite, the Series S, Pokemon. So what's your...
Guilty Gear Strive just added a new character, Happy Chaos. He's the blue dude. He's like the main villain from Guilty Gear Strive.
Okay.
Got the same Halo type of thing as Jacko.
So yeah, so he's one of those fuck, what are they called? I can't remember what they're called. But
I don't know.
The Guilty Gear lore is it's convoluted. I love it. But essentially, he's a gun character, so he's just like a super casual fucking gun guy. Yeah, he's essentially Valentine, except like Valentine has multiple guns, like shotgun, sniper, pistol. He's just got 2 pistols, and he really just uses one, and like the second one just comes out for the supers. And he does have like grenades and like a dodge roll. Like
is he Snake cool as fuck. In Smash Bros? What you're describing sounds like a combination of Snake and Joker in Smash Bros.
Yes.
Okay.
Kind of, sort of.
I mean, I have the pass.
He's
so.
kind of like think Alucard from
Castlevania.
From Hellsing.
Oh.
This kind of
wait.
No, Hellsing. Alucard. The nigga with the guns.
Oh, that is also Alucard? Okay. I don't know. The people
Hellsing Alucard. Okay, Hellsing Alucard. Okay.
Yeah, I said Hellsing Alucard.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Dylan was zoned for that. He was off world for that.
I had to think of the regular Alucard, not the Team 4-star Alucard. That's what got me.
I think I should watch Hellsing Abridged. That seems like something that I should watch before, because I've been going through and trying to do my oldies
but also
with
watch
goodies.
Hellsing Ultimate.
Should I not just watch?
It's not a long watch at all.
Yeah, it seems to be in the Afro Samurai territory of like girth.
It's Madhouse, just like let's make some really sick shit.
Madhouse, you say? You know?
Yes, sir. But yeah, he looks dope. I've watched some YouTube videos. I kind of want to like boot up the PlayStation just to like dive in and dabble.
Dive in.
We'll see.
He's had me turn on my PlayStation, so with that, we can wrap it up. Remember, you can follow us all collectively around the internet, cheesycontrollerpodcast.com. On Twitter, I am at Anton6. Chris is at Chefing Chris. Send him some love. Jalen.
Squid Bishop.
Madrid.
Speedwagon X.
Alright, this has been a Know It's Good production. The video version is edited by Lana Twisted Mind. The audio version is edited by Iknowjones. Until next time, keep it cheesy.